Lexi.
Hey, Tara.
Welcome to
Welcome.
the corner.
Hey, guys. Welcome to the corner. How did you guys enjoy The Law?
I enjoyed it. I think we got off tangent a lot, which is okay.
I feel like we do that a lot, so just bear with us, guys. But I feel like a lot of them are stories related to it.
Absolutely.
And
it's
so-
important sometimes.
Stories definitely help.
I think so. I think I have some really good stories with this one, but we might just stick with stories in the book. I don't know. We'll see. What are we talking about today, Lexi?
Inability.
Inability to what?
Recognizing what you are unable to do is essential to good parenting.
I mean, that resonates with me a lot.
I know I can't do anything, so
I tell you what, the moment I figured out that I suck as a parent, I became a better parent.
I like that. I feel like I am not a good parent, and so I strive to be better.
I think also this inability side of things, it made me think of something that the Lord's been revealing to me lately, and it's my desire for other people to see that I am a capable person.
Interesting.
Because that really fuels a lot of my parenting mishaps, right? So like if we're in an airport and it was mostly when I had my three older kids. If we're in an airport and my kids aren't listening and they're running around and I can see people kind of looking at me, my deep down thought, it's subconscious, but my deep down thought is, oh, they don't think I'm a capable parent,
Oh, I get that.
right? And so then you snap at your kids
Girl,
to try to control them.
nope.
I did, though. That
No.
was me for many years.
I kind of look back and I'm just like, huh, because my kids have so much energy and I want them to get it out, and they can get it out right there where I can see them. They're perfectly fine and safe. I got to the point where I just don't care.
You're better than me.
It
I mean, I'm not like that anymore. I'm very different now. But when I was raising in my early to mid 20s, when I was raising my older three, I very much cared about what people saw in me as a mother from a distance.
I'm that way with certain things, like people I know. If I don't know them, they're gonna remember me as that crazy lady at the airport whose kids ran wild, instead of Lexi is not a good mom. They don't know my name. They don't know my
see.
story, but people around me do.
Oh, interesting. We're totally opposite.
Yeah, we are.
See, my thought process is if somebody really actually knows me, then obviously they're going to see that I'm a good parent.
I don't think it's really people I'm really close to. It's more like people at church or people I work with.
Oh, I see.
Like they know part of me, and I want that
Okay.
part to be, oh, she's a good mom.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. So what we're talking about today is the complete, humble surrendering of understanding that you are unable to properly parent your children. And when you come to that realization and you humble yourself enough to realize how unable you are, it actually is essential to good parenting. Shut the front door.
Honestly, since doing this, I realized I need to disciple my kids better instead of punishing them more. You know, like it's really showed me I need to point them to the gospel, because I've noticed that in this book, he keeps pointing us to the gospel.
And everything.
And I'm like, am I doing that to my kids?
That's what I learned the first time I read this book is grace-filled parenting, and I say that with quotation marks, is really more gospel-centered parenting. And I love that phrase so much more than grace-filled, because if you are a gospel-centered parent, grace will just overflow. You don't even really have to try. If you are just focused on the gospel, grace is going to slip its way in there without you even realizing.
Yep.
It's so cool.
And the one thing I want is God to work in my kids.
That's right. So I really like this chapter, and I tell you what, I have a lot of notes. I don't know about you.
I have notes here and there. I left my hard book in Texas. So there you go, Mom. You got a book to read.
Yeah.
So I have to use my Kindle, and I was still trying to figure it out while I was doing it all.
That's okay. A lot of the stuff that he talked about in here really made me think of 1 Corinthians, because that's what I'm reading right now in my devotionals.
Dude.
What?
Okay, I'm reading the powerless section. It says, if it's the last thing I do, I will get my children to believe. I will disciple the heck out of my children. I just said I want to learn to disciple more than I want to punish. Oh my goodness.
So Lexi and I were talking before we came in here, and not only is a common theme of this book gospel-centered and pointing to the gospel in everything you do, I was telling her that I think another really big central theme of this book is the more you work on your relationship with Christ, the better of a parent you will be.
Yes.
It is more about changing your behavior and having that vertical relationship
Instead of horizontal.
instead of the horizontal relationship. It's really more about your walk with the Lord than your ability and the way that you parent your children. Mm-hmm. The closer you are to God, the more he will sanctify you and the more he will change your heart to be more Christ-like, which in turn just rubs off on our children.
Yes.
That is what I love about this book. We also talked about, which I thought was really cool, Lexi, you shared with me how God is slowly revealing
Yes.
things to you.
I love that he does that. It's not like a bam, this giant change. It's more of a, here, I'm going to reveal this to you and I'm going to like put it on your heart, but you don't have to do it yet. Here, I'm going to reveal a little bit more to you, but you don't have to do it yet. Like he's slowly revealing it to me and softening my heart towards it.
I love that.
He totally did
He's
that through
so-
ministry, like become missionaries. Because I was like, no way, Jose. And now I'm like, let's do it.
And he's so kind that way.
Yes.
To just give it to us in a way that we can handle. Mm-hmm. And then when she shared that with me, it made me go, oh, that is our relationship with not just our children, but with people. And honestly, I don't know that I've ever put two and two together, that the way God slowly reveals our hearts to us and the way that he is just so gentle and loving with not asking us to change everything about ourselves right away, but doing it at a pace that we can handle as we learn to rely on him. I don't think parents do that in parenting. I don't. I sometimes look at my children and I go, oh, you're in a phase of lying. I want that to stop instantly.
I'm like that. Yeah.
And it just, as we sat here before we started, it clicked in my head and I went, oh, God is so kind and so gracious that he slowly reveals things to us. Do I do that with my children? Am I loving and patient and slowly work on and help them see the sins in their heart? No.
I was about to say, I know I'm not. I can't answer for you.
I don't.
Oh, but like this book says, inside change always precedes lasting outside change.
Yeah, which is so cool.
So excited.
So today we're kind of talking about different tools that parents use to produce change in their children. And the whole focus is we want you to realize, and Paul David Tripp in this book wants you to realize, you are unable to produce those changes.
Yeah, you are.
So let's go with one thing I thought of in the beginning here, he talks about anger. Okay, so he's talking about this mom who's in the mall. I've been there. My kid isn't listening, running all over the place, taking things off the shelves. And I finally snap and I get frustrated and I yell at them. I use a stern voice so they know how serious I am. I call it my mom voice. I, take them by the arm. I'm dragging them out the store. We're just leaving because you're throwing a fit and I don't want everybody to see this and all the things, right? I've been there, done that, checked it off. And he is talking about how anger doesn't work. So he's talking about how he was watching this mom yell at her kid or talk firmly, because you can do this without yelling. You can do this by just speaking firm and embarrassing and shaming them. And he just sat there and cried. And he said that she was so up in his face that not only could he hear her words, he could probably feel her breath. Whew. I've done that with my kids.
I've done that.
And then he goes, yes, he would remember his mom's anger, but I'm not so sure that anger would do what it was intended to do.
And my other question on this is, he's going to remember mom's anger, but is he going to remember why mom was angry?
Probably not. Yeah. So he says she was parenting him and shaping him into something that just won't ever work. And you know what that made me think of? That made me think of 1 Corinthians 13. If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but I have not love, I am a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal.
Ooh.
And I love that. How often do I speak to my children without love, thinking that I am going to change their behavior with the way that my words are coming out of my mouth? I am nothing but a noisy gong and a clanging cymbal because I don't have love backed behind my words. I just want control. I just want them to change what they're doing because they're frustrating me or they're embarrassing me or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. I do notice when I have more patience with my kids and parent them with love instead of anger, they do respond better.
Yeah.
They do. I just don't have patience all the time.
Yeah. Patience is a hard one. We already talked about that. Don't pray for it, but seriously, pray for it.
Pray for it. Oh, it does wonders.
So then he talks about powerlessness, which Lexi, you already touched on.
It just threw me off whenever I read that because I was like, I just opened with that.
Yeah. One of the notes that I wrote here on the side, so a really good example that I thought about because my dad struggled with control was whenever any of us as children did not live a life that he deemed as biblical and correct and following the rules and all the other things, it was very apparent that he would treat us differently. And I don't think he really realized he was doing it, but he would distance himself from us. He would specifically demean us and shame us and guilt us because we weren't doing what he thought was biblical, which really is self-righteousness. That is, oh, I know what you should be doing right now, and you're not doing it. And so I'm not going to, and that goes towards little children, right? You're throwing a fit and you're doing all these things. I'm not going to talk to you until you behave appropriately. That's come out of my mouth.
I go, you can get over yourself. You can stop that. And I throw that sass in there.
But so this powerless section really made me think, you cannot change the way that you love and treat your child when they don't change into what you think they should change into.
Only God can do that. And only God knows how they're going to be.
Right. Which is just, well, yeah, so God only produces the change. And I'm talking more about the way we respond to the lack of change in our children.
Okay.
And I'm saying when we don't see the change that we think we should be seeing, we really have to make sure that we're not loving and treating them differently because of it.
We have to remember it's slow.
We have to remember that God
not
does
gonna
it
be a-
is Yep, we have to remember that God does it in his time when he knows that they can handle it.
Oh my gosh. My brain's like exploding.
I
There's little
know.
fireworks happening.
Everything we're supposed to do is when God gives us that grace of showing us our children's heart, we are to point them to the gospel. You know, I'm a sinner too. You know who fixes that?
I've never done that before.
I've been doing it a lot more with my kids.
I need to do it more. My mind, I'm just
you
like,
should see her face right now.
it's all clicking. Like,
Isn't it pretty cool?
it's funny how it's working. It's little changes. Good golly. That's going to be my new thing now.
Oh. So powerlessness is a big one.
Yeah, it is.
And then he goes on and he talks about, this is one of the best lines. I love this. And I know you also did it. God has given you authority for the work of change, but he has not granted you the power to make that change happen.
So can you explain to us the authority part and the power part?
I don't know that I'm going to explain it
Okay.
as great as it should be explained,
Oh, okay.
but I am going to attempt.
I was like, oh no.
We talked about this before. No, that's good. I feel like there's so much more to it because,
And it will probably come more in the book, is what I'm feeling.
maybe. I've read it
feel like
before,
would.
but I forgot.
I read this chapter and didn't realize I did.
Okay, so we really talked about authority and power and the difference before we came on here. And one thing that we agree on is power deals with domination and control. So God has given us authority over our children.
Mm-hmm.
He has not given us power over our children.
Mm-hmm.
Power is domination and control, where authority is more about guiding and shaping, which encompasses an accountability and responsibility to a higher power.
That's bananas.
So authority means that this is the ambassadorship that we discussed for weeks in the beginning.
Yeah.
Authority is God has given us the authority over our children, but that doesn't mean the buck stops at us. That means that he is holding us accountable and responsible for these lives and to consistently direct them to him, not to us.
That is so good.
So I want everybody here to listen to this and to understand Lexi and I are not great at this.
At all. I'm still learning so much.
We're not here going, look at me. As a matter of fact, I deeply struggle with all of these things.
And I think it helps so much going through something like this to help with those little things and slowly work towards them, because I can't change overnight.
No.
And with the work of God, I can slowly
Yes.
become what he is asking me to.
More like him.
Yes.
That's all he's asking us to do is to become more like him. But we can't do it on our own power. We have to have his power working through us.
Exactly. And since doing this, things are starting to click more.
Isn't it cool?
I love it.
It is amazing what the Lord does for us, you know?
Oh, right here it says, now here's the point. If you as a parent, you think that you have the power that you don't have, you will do things that you should not do and will fail to do things that are vital to do.
That just describes what you were saying. And so I want you to think, sometimes you act like you have the power when you don't even understand that that's what you're doing.
Yep.
And that's our sin nature. It's in all of us. We can't help it. And it's only through the power of Christ working in us and sanctifying us that we can see it. And I just love that we get to be together doing life and being broken with each other.
Yes. It's honestly, yeah.
Yeah, because it just is. I was reading through, so we're reading through 1 Corinthians together as a group. And Lexi and I are both in the group. And one of the things the Lord has been really working on me with is, which goes towards this brokenness together, is that I need to stop caring what people think of me. That man has no power over me. I answer to God and to God alone. And that is the relationship that I need to worry about. And if I am consistently, which I do, allowing myself to be hurt and sad and all the things because of the way other people may treat me or what I think they might say about me, then I am living more for man than I am for God. And there's a verse in 1 Corinthians that talks about that. And I had it all in my Bible and I just left my Bible in the car. But
I think
it's
we were
beautiful.
just a little distracted.
We're always distracted. Oh, there was something else right here with this that you really, really loved. Oh, no, you already said it. Never mind.
I was like, I did highlight another thing.
What else did you highlight?
Good parenting is about becoming okay with the fact that you are powerless to change your children.
Seriously, that's so hard.
It really is. Because changing your children is a burden that we could never bear. God bore that burden for us by sending his son to be authority of lasting personal change.
There's the gospel.
The burden that caused his death liberates us parents and gives us new life to our children. That's the good news.
Woo-wee. Oh, you know what he said here that I really love? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
When you think your job is to change your child and you've been given the power to do it, not the authority, but the power, here's what your parenting is going to look like.
Ooh, what will it look like?
You're going to be demanding, aggressive,
Yep.
threatening, and focused on rules and punishment.
Yep.
And when you parent in that way, you are working to make your children into something rather than working to help them to see and seek something. So when my kids are acting up, am I just trying to change their behavior, or am I trying to show them that they need to seek something higher than them?
Oh my gosh.
That's hard.
That's hard.
How do you practically stop in the middle of the day when your kid is screaming and throwing a fit or lying or whatever and go, I cannot change their heart. I need to point them to Christ. Who does that?
You know, sometimes we should just be like, they're throwing a fit. Just be like, we need to pray right now. We're going to pray right here, right now.
There we
Because
go.
mommy cannot handle you.
But we can't say that part.
We can't, but I can think it.
You can think it. And then you need to say, God, I need you to help me handle them.
Thank you for revealing their hearts. Please help me.
Guide
Figure
me
out.
to guide them. Guide me, Lord.
Honestly, though, I guess maybe that's what I'll do. Next time I get really irritated, I'm going to be like, we're all going to pray right now. I'm going to try it, and I'll tell you how it goes.
I think it's a great idea. I did that for a while when I was frustrated with the kids. It's just so natural now. I don't even have to think about it. I used to pray out loud, and now I've switched to praying in my head. But I think I need to go back to praying out loud because that is modeling and showing my children when I'm frustrated that I go to somebody higher than me.
And that's the way we can point them to Christ.
Constantly.
Because I was thinking, how am I going to do that? How am I pointing my kids to Christ when I'm mad or frustrated? We're just going to pray. We're just going to pray. We're going to calm down. Yeah.
Be broken with your children.
Yes.
I love that.
Because one of my prayers with my kids every night is that they will always seek the Lord in everything they do, even if it hurts, even if they feel like they're broken, if they're mad, if they're, all the emotions, that they seek the Lord in it.
And there is only one way to teach them how to do that.
I have to model it.
You have to do it yourself. And then,
Oh my gosh.
and then you have to trust that God will do the change in your kids to follow your example. So it's a two-part thing. It's not just a modeling thing. It's a trusting in God that he is going to pull through and not abandon the work of his hands. And he is going to change the heart of your children to follow what you've been modeling.
I'm kind of excited.
Isn't that cool?
I feel my blood pumping.
Me too. So in here, he also states, we have to stop with the loud voices, the escalating threats, the name calling, even if it's subtle, words of condemnation, ever worsening punishments, telling our children without outrightly telling them, but telling our children that we are more righteous than they are, giving them the silent treatment and withholding affection when they have upset us. Don't get me wrong. I am not talking about forsaking your authority as a parent. I'm not talking about letting your children do whatever they want to do. I'm not talking about parenting that has no correction and no discipline, about ignoring the wrong things that they do or never calling out their wrong behavior or saying that their wrong behavior is right. That is not what any of this is. We are still called to parent our children, to disciple them, to point them to Christ, to teach them how to behave, all of those things. Mm-hmm. I just think one of the key things is we have to do it ourselves, and we have to be broken with them, and they have to see us seeking Christ. Mm-hmm. If they don't, they're just going to follow the world.
Yeah.
And they might follow the world.
And you have to be okay with that and just know or pray, not know because we don't know, just pray that God is working in them.
Are you kidding?
You scared me with that look.
We're at 30 minutes. And
well,
there's
guys,
not much to cut out.
There's not. This was a really good one.
This was a really good one. And I just wanted to talk about the 3 power tools of parental power that we commonly use as parents to try to change our children. So we're going to talk about those 3 in the next show.
Thanks, you guys, for listening, tuning in. Come back next week to listen to part 2 of, what was the name of this chapter?
Inability. Just so you guys know, you can find us on Facebook. Yep. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on our website, meetatthecorner.com. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, any
your favorite
streaming platform. You can also listen to our radio show or our podcast on our website. And so you just go and you click on the little 3 lines up at the top and you just click on podcast and we're there every single week.
And if you like the show, give us a rating. We would love to see if you're liking it or not liking it. It helps us. But you know what also helps us? Comments.
Oh,
reaching out.
Email us if you don't want everything that you're thinking to be shared on the World Wide Web.
Do you remember what our email is?
questions@thecorner@gmail.com.
And you can find that on our website as well.
Yes, you can. Would you like to pray or would you like me to pray?
I can pray.
Okay, the next person's going to have to get the other side, so I'll do the next one. You do this one.
Dear Lord, I just thank you for just this platform that you have blessed us with, Lord. I thank you for this book that we are going through. And I thank you for how you reveal things slowly and not all at once, Lord. Mm-hmm. You know how much we can bear and how much will hurt us and break us. And I thank you that you are a loving God. Lord, I just pray for all of us that we are able to point our children to the gospel, that we're able to show them your love and just model who you are and all the things that you've called us to do, Lord. I just thank you for just everything you've done. And I just pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't wait to hear from you.
See you next week.
Bye.